We now welcome Palestinian affairs expert Dr. Harel Chorev, the head of the Middle Eastern Network Analysis Desk at the Moshe Dayan Center at Tel Aviv University. He joins us here in Israel. Dr. Chorev, thank you so much for your time. Several developing stories as we speak. In Jerusalem, 2 Israeli men stabbed by a Palestinian in broad daylight today, just hours after an attempted stabbing in the West Bank. The Islamic Jihad and Hamas welcoming these stabbings, all while the search continues for 2 prisoners on the run. Your insights into this current spike in attacks at the moment?
Well, what we see at the moment is actually what we called a cluster of attacks, a well-known phenomena that we've seen much of it during the 2015-2016 wave of lone wolf attacks. If you remember, about 340 assailants at that time attacking Israelis. We had it as a daily phenomenon back then. And what we see today is actually the same kind of thing. And this cluster of terrorists, assailants who imitate each other and trying to get the best of their 15 minutes of glory. However, I wouldn't give much importance to the announcement of the organizations of Hamas and Islamic Jihad and so on and so forth. They have a clear interest to show it as part of their struggle, although they know very well, and I can assure you that those assailants are usually what we called unidentified or they're apolitical. They're doing it from totally different reasons, usually suicidals, and the conflict, if I may say, is just the background of personal motivations. We saw that very clearly with the attacker in Friday. He was a 50-year-old doctor, married, kids, and so on. It was not the typical assailant that we will see of this kind. And we already know empirically that many of those, probably most of them, of those assailant, lone wolf assailant, I'm not talking about other kinds of attacks, are usually doing it because of personal motivations. The national thing is just the background.
So, Dr. Chorev, you talk about these clusters of attacks that we are witnessing right now. Just a short while ago, Hamas prisoners warning that they will target commanders inside prisons. Talk to us about the concerns within jails at the moment, over and above the concerns outside.
I would say there is, usually we will hear all kinds of threats that promising us all kinds of the typical slogan is the gate of hell has been opened, and usually they are pretty much limited in their ability to fulfill their promises. However, I'm not saying that it's an easy situation, not at all, because in the prison you have the what we call the hardcore of both the national ethos of the Palestinians, the people who are operatives, the people who are really, I would say, consensual in the midst of the Palestinian consensus, but how much they can fulfill all those promises to create chaos, I would say they are quite limited, particularly when you have the prison service already stretched out to of course, not allow such problems.
Thank you so much for your insights into all these developments as they unfold. Palestinian affairs expert Dr. Harel Chorev, appreciate your time. Thank you so much.